So, back in March when this started, really, I thought we were going to be a couple of weeks, not a couple of months, or even thinking about the rest of 2020, for heaven's sake. But I quickly started to see with the team that we needed to start to look longer term, longer downfield, and make some plans. While we've been away from seeing customers and going to trade shows and seminars, we've been working on obviously Zoom calls like this and Google Teams and all of these different programs to get things done and make out our plans. And social media was always a focal point for us. We've been strong in our website creation. We're on our third or fourth version in the last 5 years. We have a very strong website presence. And then our social media, we leverage LinkedIn, obviously. I'm a big believer in LinkedIn, so that was our first focus. But the team actually, and I'm not a Facebook person on my personal side, but the team found that for certain business pillars, we're in Facebook is a great engagement. So we're big actually in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and those three are our biggest, but we are doing other things as well. So while we've been away, and obviously that saved a lot of SG&A, to be frank, with travel, I've shifted that focus now and that money into more social media spend. And we've really looked at ways to engage our customers and engage our partners from a distance. And we've had to think very creatively and do things that we're not typically doing, to be honest with you. Some of our markets, like our beekeepers, are very easy to touch from a distance, and they're okay with doing things, socially in that regard. And then other pillars of our business, we're having a much more difficult time, and we're still trying to figure it out. But for our ethanol industry, it's a very touchy-feely. We have to get into the plants, we have to dial in products, we have to look at pumps, we have to really engage. So how do we do that? Is a new focus. So it hasn't been seamless and it hasn't been easy for all of the business pillars. Some have been, and then others are much more challenging. But what we're seeing right now is that the work that we did prior, obviously on the website, is paying off dividends now. I was just looking at some numbers before you and I sat down, and we had 12,000 hits to the website last month alone. Which is a huge number for us. This was years of work that obviously we've done, and my team is just a phenomenal team, as you said earlier. I'm very fortunate, but they're very passionate about our products. And there's a couple of things I always say are the key to success. Obviously, key is leadership. There has to be a great quarterback in the role, but that person has a special skill set that they need to bring. But you need a great team, you need a passionate team, and you need to have that team believe in the products you sell. They have to believe in them. It could be a widget, but it has to be a widget that they believe in. And for me, our widget is something that's ethical and good for the environment. I can't sell something that's a bad widget per se. So for us, it's around this green message, obviously the hops in the background here, and that helps really solidify everything. And then the other key thing that I tell my people is time management. And this boils down to now we're able to say, let's think 4 steps forward here and work around the obstacle we have today, COVID, and how are we going to get around this? Because if we sit here and really kind of just stay still, we're wasting that time, and time is something, once it's gone, you can never get back. So these 3 months, while they weren't productive in the field in any form, they were extremely productive in the background, in training, in planning, in implementing, to get ready for the release, basically, and when we get to go back out. And social media is definitely a big one for us. My LinkedIn, my Instagram, and Twitter are all me personal. And yeah, it definitely takes an investment and time, and I do think about it on a daily basis, or when I'm at a trade show, it could be 10 times a day, thinking about, where I'm going to be and trying to say, I'm here at the show. We can meet for, a coffee if you want to drop by, text me. So I'm always thinking in that realm, and it's always important to do that. But it's also important to utilize the tools you have. And I'll give you another great example. We're a global company, and I have targets where I know we're a big part of the business, and I know we were where we want to go. We definitely want to get into China and Russia, but those are longer term projects and have different hurdles. But looking at the website, we found out that 40% were in the US. Okay. But the next category was 14% of those hits were in India, which we really don't do much business in. And then they were in pillars on pages that were beyond what I would have thought would have been what they would be interested in. And then the third most popular was Canada. When we do have a presence in Canada and a partner up there that we utilize. But again, it was very interesting where the clicks went. And then 44% were all others. And that was kind of a scattergun then of the globe. But to say that the second one off the US was India was just a fascinating thing. So it really paused the team and I to think, okay, let's think about this then, and we're going to monitor it. We don't want to have it be a one-off and spend resources, but we're starting to dig through the data from the last 3 months because we have that. And then we want to look at it for a couple more months and see. And if that, particular country or if a different country pops up, we will have to make some shifts. I mean, it's something that's very, very interesting. And it was always there. We just never looked beyond. We were just looking at clicks, and a click was a click, but it is a global world. So think about where the clicks are actually coming from. And again, it was a tool that we had already, but we really didn't peel that onion back all